we talked a lot about Sunday night becoming the home for sports on Peacock and NBC, but we got to turn our attentions to Saturday, Nika, because WWE is also bringing back one of their old shows, Saturday night's main event. And this was on when I was a kid. Like, it was on before the Chris Farley Saturday Night Live cast with David Spade and Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, those guys, you know.
So this is the main event.
This goes back all the way to then, and so after the last pay-per-view we watched, Backlash, we did some coverage here, and we happened to notice that the next marketed Peacock event was this Money in the Bank event that's coming up in June. And so it made sense to me. They do these events once a month right now, and a couple days later, lo and behold, we start seeing whispers of this event, the Saturday night's main event, Saturday, May 24th, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on NBC and streaming on Peacock. This is going to be on national television, Channel 5, well, back home in Chicago, Channel 5, along with Peacock streaming. This is huge for WWE.
I agree. I cannot wait.
We are really excited, actually, for this event. Maybe the most excited we've been for a wrestling event so far. But I do want to say there is one big disappointment going into this event. Is right now, as it stands, it's 2:45 Pacific time on Friday afternoon, and there is no women's matches slated for tomorrow night's contests. And I just feel it's a mistake to not have a women's match on the card. Hell, I've been enjoying some of the women's matches more than the men's matches these days. And so to not have at least one match on the card, to me, feels like a mistake. You have a nationally built-in audience here. You're going to be on national television, and you're like ignoring half of your brand, it feels like.
Definitely does. I'm hoping that there's going to be a surprise.
Yeah, SmackDown is on tonight, which is the other weekly show aside from Raw. Raw is on Monday nights,
right?
On Netflix.
No.
SmackDown is not. It's on USA.
Oh, so you got to have cable for that?
You do. And it's
ouch.
kind of stuck in the past, if you ask me. But
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's going to be a women's match announced at SmackDown tonight because they
have to
have one women's match at this
If
event.
not, we're going to report it back and bitch about it.
We will roast them out for this one because they deserve it. In today's modern world, this should have been their first thought, you know. And we're not all about the identity stuff here on the Kanika Sports Show, but we are about equality.
Absolutely.
And this is something that is being grossly overlooked, in my opinion. Nevertheless, we have a hell of a card tomorrow night. Let's preview some of these matches, Nika.
I got you.
All right. Well, first up is going to be this cage match between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. And we saw them in this four-way match in the last Backlash pay-per-view. Damian Priest did some kind of like power bomb of Drew McIntyre through a table. And that was it. They were both knocked out afterwards, and the four-way match ended with just two people in the ring. So let's hope that these two can get all their grievances aired out with each other. I have a sneaking suspicion this might be the match of the night. This is going to be in a steel cage. They're going to be locked in there. And
do they get any like accessories to fight with?
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
It looks like this is showing a chain link fence. You know, when I was a younger kid, the steel cage match was like this blue cage that lowered onto the mat. And one of the ways you could win was climbing out of the cage.
How do you climb out of the cage? You're already in the cage.
Well, it wasn't sealed on the top back in the day, but
okay.
it wasn't also chain link. It was like blue cubes, and they were like bigger, and it just kind of like lowered on top, but it was open.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So now I do think it is sealed on top. The chain links like seal you in completely. So
there's no getting out.
I don't remember how you win these kinds of matches in modern day. Like if you have to like escape still, I think but it's hard to escape.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a lot of theatricality. You know, in cage matches in the past, we've seen people get thrown off the top of the cage and some spectacular stunt work.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen people go through the cage. We've seen people get slammed on tacks through the cage.
We
And
did.
all sorts of crazy stunt work, and so my optimism is high that we're going to see some fun stunt work in this match.
Cool.
But yeah, steel cage match for these two who have been feuding for a while now, and I hope maybe will mark the end of their feud. All right, well, if you skip ahead to the next frame, we have the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Champion, John Cena, on his farewell tour, and he is going to be going up here against R-Truth. And if you don't know, R-Truth was slammed through a table by John Cena during his post-game press conference after the Backlash match. Or was that WrestleMania?
No, that was after WrestleMania.
It was after
Yes,
WrestleMania.
that was last week.
Oh, no, Backlash was last week.
That was after the black. Wait, I don't remember. Well, either way, he got slammed through the
I
table.
think this was after Backlash. This was after the Randy Orton match.
Yeah, so that was Backlash.
It was Backlash.
Okay,
It wasn't
that was
during the Cena won the title from the white-haired guy. Jesus.
Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
And I forgot his name momentarily because we haven't seen him since WrestleMania.
Right.
And so
Is he on siesta somewhere recovering?
I think so. Yeah. I remember he walked away angrily from the WrestleMania match, and like the media commentator was like, he's not gonna say anything or something.
They're building him up for a return.
Maybe we'll see him this weekend.
Yeah.
He needs to show his face.
We might.
So I don't forget his name again. It's been a long show, folks. All right. Well, if you flip to the next slide, this might be my most anticipated match of the night. We got this tag team match up here between these four gentlemen, and we have Sami Zayn, CM Punk taking on Seth freaking Rollins and Braun Breaker, his new enforcer.
His best buddy at the moment.
His dog, as Sammy called him recently. And wow, Sami Zayn, what a smile on that picture. They did him good.
So Punk and Sammy teaming up together, huh?
Yeah.
No?
This is been brewing for a while.
you
Nothing's
think-
going to get resolved here.
Oh,
Go
of
ahead.
course not. Do you think Sammy's gonna do the double cross again? Because he used to be with Seth Rollins' buddy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No,
Maybe.
because he got beat up last time pretty bad.
He had a decision to make recently, and I think he refused. He was
refused.
offered a chance to go to SmackDown and get a chance at the title by Seth freaking Rollins, and he turned it down, and thus this new feud was born. CM Punk became a friend by a friend. A friend of my enemy is my friend.
Yep.
Or the enemy of my enemy is my friend, I should say. So there it is, this tag team matchup going down. I'm excited to see these four go at it. There's been three. Braun Breaker has not touched a microphone, but the other three are probably three of WWE's most accomplished members on the microphone right now. They are really good, especially Seth Rollins. He's a great villain.
Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed getting to know them over the past 5 months as we get back into WWE.
And he is Chicago Bears fan.
Huge Chicago Bears fan. He announced Ozzy Tripoli, the Bears' second round draft pick at this year's draft in Green Bay. He got booed so loud by the Green Bay faithful, and he loved every second of it. He's used to getting booed as the villain. But he says his signature line, we're going to burn it down and bear down.
Yep.
So
that's awesome.
Maybe he will bear down tomorrow night with a victory in this tag team matchup, but we will wait and see. Again, I expect nothing to get resolved here, and I expect some kind of feud with these gentlemen to continue in the future with Paul Heyman, who's not pictured here in the center of all of it.
He's not a wrestler, so.
He's not, but he's an important figure in all of this. And
he's somewhere in there.
He's stooging somewhere.
Yes.
He's scheming, planning,
of course. He's
figuring out how to cheat.
Schemer.
All right, and of course we have this World Heavyweight Championship bout between Jey Uso, the champion, and Logan Paul, the YouTube streamer turned WWE wrestler.
Hey, there's a hope for you.
There's hope for me. I'll keep it. I'll keep pumping up, everybody. Hulkamaniacs. All right.
I would be a wrestler if I could.
I think that's one of the funniest things about our recent interest in wrestling is we kind of like the women's a little bit more, I would say.
It has more flair.
It has the costumes
Yeah.
and like it has a bit of a humorous aspect to it, like how they're senselessly beating the crap out of each other, but never breaking nails or pulling on hair
Yeah.
or, even having running makeup.
No, none of that.
So,
It gets disheveled a little bit, the hair.
but it led
other
you
than-
to say, like, I would have done this.
I
And
would have.
Like,
If
you
I
were
was
a young
younger-
girl that was really into fashion growing up and like clipping magazines and different things
And
like
sports
that.
and all that.
sports.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's like kind of a fun combination of those
Yeah.
two. And when you said, like, I might have done this in a different life, I definitely could see it. And I think that's where some of your interest in it started to take off a little bit. So as we get more and more into it, man, I gotta say, I'm excited and pumped up for this event tomorrow night, minus the lack of a women's match on the card.
I'm hoping they will have one, at least one, because this is gonna be.
Come on,
Sausage fest.
we're gonna get this video out before the event tomorrow, and so if nobody has put a women's match on the card yet, hopefully word can spread, and you guys got to help us out and tell the WWE what a mistake they're
Yeah.
making by not having not one women's match on the card tomorrow night. Come on, SmackDown, don't let me down.